Welcome back, you guys. All right, we're gonna go absolutely deep today. All right, we're gonna get into some major things here on Wings of the Future. Okay, reunification channel. Okay, this is totally gonna be about how to structure your case, how to increase your ability to win, how to win the high conflict parenting cases, how to high conflict custody battles, and how to win in family court. Narcissistic parenting and losing in the family court. Okay, court strategies for custody is what we're going to get into, and how to start reacting to the custody battles. High conflict mediation strategy, you guys. That's how you win. Okay, so in high conflict co-parenting, why are you losing in the first place? Okay, and how to start winning strategically, you guys. All right, so let's get into it. If you feel like you are losing in family court, mediation, or custody negotiation, it's not because you're weak or unprepared. High conflict personalities win because they play a different game. In this video, I'm going to get into that, okay? All right, I'm going to explain how ethical parents struggle in high conflict custody battles, and how to shift from reacting to emotionally building legal leverage. That's the word, legal leverage, you guys. All right, so if you feel like you're losing in family court, in mediation, if mediation feels like it's stacked against you, and if high conflict co-parenting somehow keeps they keep looking calm while you look totally reactive, okay? This is not, again, because you're weak. It's not because you're weak. It's because you're playing the game wrong, okay? All right, and that's why we're going to explain that in this video, okay? So I'm going to explain exactly why the high conflict personalities keep winning against the ethical, intelligent parents, and how to stop reacting and start planning strategically. You guys, stay with me, because this shift changes everything. Okay, this changes everything. Why you're losing for the reasons you're not losing, for the reasons that you think. Most reasonable parents assume that the court wants fairness. Mediators want cooperation. Judges want the truth. If you explain clearly, you'll be understood. That's what you feel, okay? That assumption is where the problem starts, you guys, okay? High conflict individuals are not trying to resolve conflict. They're trying to control perception, okay? That's what the narcissist needs to do, okay? To control perception. They're not trying to co-parent. No, they're trying to dominate the narrative, okay? That's what they're trying to do. And you're operating from resolution. That's what you're operating from. They're operating from leverage, okay? You are playing chess, okay? And they're flipping the board and then blaming you for the mess, okay? Until you understand this and the difference, you will stay reactive to this. And reaction is exactly how they win, okay? All right, so let's go into this, okay? The legal system is not designed for high conflict people. It's not designed for that. Here's the hard truth, you guys. The legal system assumes good faith. That's what they assume. They assume both parents want the best for the child. That's what they have to assume. They assume both parents are trying to compromise. Not necessarily true, okay? High conflict personalities exploit that assumption. They're exploiting it. They provoke you privately, and they appear calm publicly. They weaponize procedures, file accusation motions, okay, chaos, and then present you as unstable. And when you react, even if you're right, you look reactive. Court responds to patterns, not to emotional explanations. Judges respond to structure, not frustration. This is not about morality, unfortunately. It's about strategy. Okay, so why ethical, intelligent parents struggle in custody battles, okay? Because they don't really understand what they're dealing with. If you're an ethical and emotionally aware, you likely feel compelled to defend yourself immediately. You want to correct lies in real time. That's what you're trying to do. Believe truth will speak for itself. Assume fairness will prevail, okay? High conflict personalities rely on that. They rely on that assumption. They bait you because they know the value of justice, okay? But family court is procedural, okay? You don't win by arguing better. No, you win by documenting better, okay? You don't win by proving they're wrong, even though you think you might win that way. You win by demonstrating you are stable, consistent, and child-focused over time. They watch that. That's your leverage, okay? That's leverage, okay? The shift from this reaction to leverage, okay? Let's get into that. Okay, I want to help you shift. Reaction looks like long emotional emails, defensive texts, explaining your character, trying to prove every lie is wrong, engaging in every accusation. Don't do that. Planning looks like short, neutral communication, all right? Delayed, all right? Documentation instead of debate, building patterns instead of fighting incidents, thinking 3 times ahead, okay? All right, high conflict people feed on that emotional engagement. When you stop reacting, they escalate. That escalation is not proof you are failing, though. It's proof they're losing access to your emotional system. That's what they need to have. And when they lose emotional control over you, they lose leverage. Yes, okay? So let's get into this. How to start planning to win, you guys, in high conflict co-parenting. How to plan to win. If you want to stop losing in court or mediation, start here. Communicate as if a judge will read every word. Communicate that way. Not defend. Do not defend your character in text threads. Don't do that, okay? Respond briefly and neutrally. You don't have to defend yourself. Document patterns consistently. Focus on child-centered language. Reduce access to chaos through structured parenting plans. And regulate your nervous system before every response, all right? And I'll teach you how to do that. Winning in high conflict co-parenting is not about destroying the other parent. You don't need to do that. I know you think that's it. It's about becoming unprovocable, predictable, structured, strategic. When you become emotionally regulated and emotionally organized, you become credible. And credibility wins long term. Okay, so you guys, all right, let's close this out. If you feel like you are losing here today, all right, clearly, all right, you can give us a call here at Wings of the Future, because you're not weak. You are not unintelligent either, okay? You're not outmatched either. No, you might think that. You've just been reacting in a system that rewards strategy, not reaction, okay? When you start from emotional defense to structured leverage, when you switch that, your entire dynamic changes. And the next victory isn't defeating the other parent. That's not it. It's creating a system where their chaos no longer controls your peace or causes you to react, or your child's stability, okay? So, all right, I want you guys to do this for me. I want you guys to go on, and I'm going to put it in the comments. Go ahead and sign up, all right, for this co-parenting that I'm going to be helping you with, okay, to get you the strategy that's actually going to help you win, okay? So comment strategy over reaction, and I'll send you the link. If you're navigating this high conflict co-parenting also, I also want to help you with some other kind of guiding tools too, to help you to emotionally regulate. So why don't you watch the next video, and I'll give you that information there, okay? Because you don't have to fight emotionally anymore, all right? You can plan to win intelligently, all right? So thank you guys for watching, all right? And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.